looking around me, seeing what it is that I do on a day-to-day, and really questioning a lot about what it is that just I personally see with what's going on all around me and all around the area that I'm consumed with. Why is it that I notice things seem to be so calm, so natural, so laid back? But yet, when I go anywhere, it's a massive amount of chaos. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born July 4th, 1986. Today, I don't know what it is, but as much as I want to talk about certain things and do certain stuff and help people with certain things and be able to talk about some certain things that can be able to help some people, I really don't think you want the help. I really don't think that. I think that the questions that I ask, and the things I'm looking for, and the answers that come to me is you just want to stay in chaos. You want to stay in absolute strife. You want to stay in just an absolute high level of fear. You want to stay in just agony. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Because when I'm out here, I don't have or see or am a part of any of that. I'm a part of something that is just very consistent is a good way, but just forgiving, trusting, believing, understanding, very compassionate. Did I say loving? Because very, very loving. Something that I've really come to realize today. Dog's gonna go chase a bunny. It is what it is. Something that I really realized today is just something about being out here and working with some animals. Not just some dogs, but with the chicks, with chickens, with a donkey. The donkey was so cute today. I had to do some work around him. And looking at these cows out here right now, just gracefully walking around. Looking at the pig that's just pigging away. He's so cute. Everything out here that is all the animals. And then when you put the animals in their attendant location to let them do their purpose of job, they're so peaceful. They're not on no race of I gotta get more, I gotta get faster, I needed this, I needed that. They're just, of course they want more. It's just everything wants more, wants to be able to have the opportunity to be able to, if you give them something easy, they want it. They want to take advantage of that. But they live such a relaxed life that when I leave from here and go to other places and I see other people, I don't see this. I don't see the stuff around that I see. And it just makes you question, why is it that we as a people have this past just about 100 years has been like forcing people away from doing work like this, forcing people away from being close to the animals, forcing people away from working in the fields, forcing people away from even considering wanting to own and maintain and manage or do anything with working some animals, working some land. Because it's the only thing in my life so far that's been able to bring me any sort of fulfillment, any sort of joy, any sort of peace. It's something that when I was living I'm going to say my old life, because it was a completely old life. I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of things. I just would look around my house on the day that I decided to I got rid of all of it. I threw it all away. I sold it all. And I gave all of it away. Everything. And on those days when I was contemplating getting rid of it, not contemplating, knowing to get rid of it, I was just looking around like, I just have so much stuff. So much meaningless items here that aren't doing anything but just taking up shelf space, taking up floor space, taking up bedroom space, taking up the living room space, taking up space, just stuff on the walls that was just taking up wall space, stuff in the attic that was taking up attic space, stuff in the back shed that was just taking up shed space, stuff in the garage that was in the garage. It kind of blew my mind with how much stuff was around that I had to realize that I just needed to get rid of. And I got rid of all of it. And I decided to just make a complete change of what it is that I'm doing and what it is that I want to continue to keep on pursuing on this planet. Then I got my first animals out here and I realized that stuff is cool. I want more of this stuff. This stuff you can sit back and watch it as a TV show all day. This stuff you can watch for and care for and watch it grow to be able to get into a better place and a better position. This stuff shows you a great level of respect and a great level of just compassion. And they love you so much. Whereas the stuff that I used to have that was just all around in the house, it does nothing for you. You just buy it, it makes you feel good in the moment, and you just have it. And that's it. You don't have anything past that. You just have stuff. It's very interesting that I'm trying to figure out what was something significant that happened in my life to really just let me start to live life instead of living someone else's life. And that was just not caring what anybody had to say, for one, about doing what it is that I'm doing. Knowing that the whole family's probably like, Mark, what the heck are you doing? What's going on with that? Every friend that I've ever had every single joke they ever possibly say to me about what it is that I'm doing. Every single person that I really communicate to today, they give me this look like, you do that? Like, what's up with that? And it's a very interesting thing, because it's kind of something that you're not going to understand until you do it. And if you're always looking on the outside from it, you're always just watching videos about it, you're always just dreaming about it, you're always hoping to be able to do something about it, you don't have the understanding of it. You just don't. You can't watch enough TV shows of people living in the wilderness and think that you got the experience of wanting to be able to realize that you had that, you did that. No, you got to do it. You got to come out here, you got to fail. You got to come out here, you got to put some challenges in. You got to come out here and watch the success from the challenges, from the failures. You got to come out here and do all that. You got to figure out what to do when your first animal gets hurt. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to view it? Because you view animals out here real differently than I would view any pet. And for me personally, I still don't have any pets. I don't personally see the point in them doing what it is that I'm doing out here. Everything's got a job. Everything's got a function. Everything's got a need that it needs to be able to fill. And they fill it so greatly when you allow them to just do it. And for me, it has been able to really just transform my life in such a way that's been able to just relax me, as opposed to getting me to be in the rampage mode of I need more and I got to do more and I got to work harder and work more, to realize in the end that you worked really hard over and over all day, all week, all year, all your life to have nothing in the end, nothing to care for in the end, nothing to appreciate in the end, nothing that even cares about what you've even done in the end. You just have, like say, even money. You just got money in the end. And what are you going to do with that? What is that going to be able to provide for you? What is that going to be able to bring you when all you've been doing so much and so hard is just fighting over this substance that is meaningless, as opposed to fighting over something that is going to be able to bring you an experience that you can look back on that experience and have these memories of saying, hey, I remember my first goats. Hey, I remember the tragedy that happened when my first mama goat passed away on me and I had to feed those baby goats. I had got the memories of that in me, of how to and what to do with them, how I had to show them how to eat grass because none of the other mamas want to show them, that I had to take the ownership of them, the responsibility of them, having memories like that, as opposed to I worked 80 hours this week to be able to buy or get this vacation. That vacation that you go on, you're stressing because you always want to do more on that vacation than you actually have a budget to do. So you're always just worried. You're always nervous, like maybe I paid a little too much for this one this time. Those are the memories that you have. I just remember the first memories of the first baby chicks I got out here and the first coop that I put together, to be able to move them around out here, to be able to have my first one that I've ever ate in my life, to be able to have something that is an incredible experience. It was hard. It was in a way devastating to process my first one, but I got past it. And then now it's clockwork like routine to just realize how great it is to be able to have such a amazing way to be able to feed myself without needing so much of so many other people. And then the system I'm getting to today of not needing anybody anymore, that I could just get them growing and get them going all on my own. It's such a very interesting experience of a story that can be able to hold on to and have for the remainder of my life, and to be able to share it with somebody and I can make things happen. There's something in all of us, I know it, because I drive around your neighborhoods and I see it, that you just have this passion to work some land, this passion to like get something done, this passion to just want to be out there and just standing in your grass. It looks good. I see it. The passion of growing your garden and having it out there and doing what you're doing. The passion of actually, some of y'all actually doing it. And some of them just have the idea in your mind of, I would really like to work on that. I would really like to work on this. I'd really like to try this out. I really wonder what it would feel like to be able to do such a thing with this animal, or with this veggie, or with this tree, or with these weeds. I mean, anything out here. There's so much abundance out here, unlimitedness out here. It's an absolutely amazing thing. That when I just look around right here, I could do so many things that don't require anything. No inputs. It's just my input of just getting out here and putting my experience into doing it. And it's something that is an absolute amazing thing. And this is the land that, just my opinion on, based on the research that I've done with reading my Bible, this is what God gave us to be able to experience and have fun with. This is what He's given us to be able to experience our struggles, our tribulations, our trials, to be able to bring difficulty to us, to be able to bring this challenge to us, to be able to figure out how to be able to better ourselves. Because there's some things out here that just happen that you don't get a choice, that you got to get it done, as opposed to playing a video game all day that you can just hit the pause button. You can hit the game over button on yourself. You can shut it off. The stuff out here, it doesn't shut off. So it really starts to test you. It really starts to challenge you. It really starts to put a lot of pressure on you to have to get it done now. So I remember there's been certain things and certain times out here that I remember when the cows just were I don't know why, but going on rampage mode for a little bit. That I couldn't just, I'll get it tomorrow. I'll get it next week. I'll get it next month. I'll get it next year. And the crazy thing about it is you're not even going to have the funds required to do what it is that you need to do. So you got to figure out something else. You got to come up with an idea of how to be able to make this work, knowing that you don't even have the money to make it work. So you got to find something from somewhere, put it together real quick, and just make it happen. There's some extreme just greatness that comes from the ability and having to do something like that. Extreme ability of having to figure out, my goodness, I have a predator coming that's taking all of my stuff. What do I do? Having to stay up all night, on guard, watching, waiting, and then trying to shoo them away. Because if you shoo them away enough, I'm starting to realize they don't quite come back as much. Because for me, I don't know what it is. I don't care if it's killing all my animals. It's hard for me to kill that animal because it's just doing what it needs to do to try to survive. The same way I'm trying to survive. So it's hard for me to just kill a cat because it's wanting to eat all my stuff. It's hard for me to try to take a coyote out because it's wanting to come and mess with all my things I got going on. And the foxes, they're all so beautiful. They're all so amazing. And the skunks, I had one out here just the other day. I'm like, hey dude, just don't come around. Go find somewhere else because I don't want to have to take you out because it's hard for me because they're just doing what they're doing. They're just trying to make it. That's why for me, I leave my food scraps out there. I throw extra out there so that they can have some. And does that make them come back again even more? Yeah, but they're going to come back and be able to have a nice, free, easy meal for me because that's what I want. And that's what I've come to find out that I get out here. The more and more I keep on doing what I'm doing. A nice, free, easy meal. A nice, free, easy way to be able to figure out how to house myself, how to be able to give me what I need. Is it going to be the luxury that you see on the TV shows and the movies? No. You might just have a tent that you're going to be staying in that's going to be able to give you what you need. But you don't need all the extra luxuries. You don't need all the extra gadgets. You don't need all the extra little things. It's just stuff. It's stuff that doesn't bring anything, that's not going to bring any fulfillment to you. Like, I promise you that. The stuff that's going to bring the fulfillment to you is having 18 dogs and figuring out how to work them all, manage them all, keep them all in a nice, safe, healthy manner. Having a whole flock of cows that are just running around out there doing what they're doing. You just sit and watch them and just figure out how to be able to contain them. It's not easy at first. Until you can get them to calm down and relax and realize this is your home now. You don't have to worry about going anywhere. You're going to be safe here. They go on rampage mode. The same with some goats. The same with some chickens. The same with everything. Putting some time, putting some effort, putting some of your passions and ideas and creativeness into that. It's going to be able to bring something absolutely great to you. It's going to be able to relax you. It's going to be able to bring a sense of peace to you. This is the only thing in my life that I've been able to do that has just been satisfying. And trust me, I've never, ever, 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 ever thought, ever even wanted, ever cared for, ever desired, ever even would even put on my list of doing anything like this. But yet I just had this overwhelming sensation in me one day that was like, Mark, you got to go out and do something. You got to go out there. You can't get no apartment. You can't stay in no house. You can't do that. You got to get out there. You got to figure out how to make something happen. And that's the only thing that has been able to give me the relaxation that I've been able to obtain. At first, it was a little stressful because it was a whole new thing. But it's not something that I ever thought to myself, I want to figure out how to raise some chicken out. I want to figure out how to get them as eggs and transform them all the way to the dinner plate. I never had any desire to want to do any of that. So for me, it's a very interesting thing because it's I can say this and you can say, I don't want to do that. And I can say to you the same thing. I felt that same way. I don't want to do that. But yet, one thing that I did want is a sense of peace, is a sense of just reality in reality, a sense of being alive, a sense of ownership, a sense of responsibility. I wanted all of that, and I found all of that being out here. I found all that by doing more and more work with getting closer and closer to the land, of just literally looking at trees and just holding them. Like, seriously, some people might think I'm crazy for saying such a thing, but I like to just look at these trees out here and just hold them. Not touch them. I mean, hold them. Grab a hold of them and just listen to them. Because they've been here. All these trees here are around about age as my same age. This property, this house was put here in '86. And these trees all right here are pretty much 34, 35, 36 years old. They're all my same age, so it's very interesting to be able to just hold one. Just, what has you been going through? And try to figure out how to be able to share stories. I know some of them say that's probably crazy. But I'm telling you, you're not experiencing life until you could just slow down and just understand that there's some absolute great things out here and great things to want to put yourself around and to be around. That, I'm telling you, the more stuff that you have in your house, the more stuff that you have in your car, the more cars that you have. Because I even look out here at my stuff like, I got too much. I got too many vehicles now for some reason. I don't need it. I got too many of this. I got too many of that still that I look around. I'm about to order another dumpster and just get rid of some stuff. Because that stuff is meaningless. The real stuff that matters, it's alive. It's alive. Grass is alive. Herbs and spices that you grow, it's alive. Some fruits and veggies that you grow, it's alive. That matters on this planet. It's alive. Taking care of something and keeping it alive. Taking care of something and building it up to be a better than it ever was before. Building up something, creating something, planting something, putting something in, and watching it get into a better place, into a better state. That's an absolute beauty to be able to be about on this planet. That's an absolute blessing to be able to have. That's an absolute amazing experience to be able to have, as opposed to purchasing items that are already dead. They're already no go. They're already not going anywhere. They're already not going to do anything for you. Something that is very interesting is like going out and even collecting items, collecting life, collecting the earth, collecting it and holding on to it and looking at it is more than trying to purchase more and more clothes, shirts and pants and shoes and dressers and tables and couches and paintings and drawings. There's a need to purchase some paintings in life because there's some people out here that paint. They use their creativeness. But if you're not in the means of being able to purchase it because it feeds your soul, it excites you, it brings something emotional to you. You buying it just to fill up your house, just to put something there so you have something there, just leave it alone. Because there's some fantastic people out here that are doing some amazing work that are relying upon you to purchase their work because they're putting their heart into it. They're putting their everything in it. It's not just some silly digital picture that nothing really put it together, just an image of what's a good way of saying that? A Spider-Man poster up, thinking that's going to be able to bring something. That's filling space, just buying stuff. It's not going to bring nothing to you. It's not going to bring no fulfillment to you. It's not going to bring nothing to you. I'm telling you. The only things that are things that are alive. And there's some work out here. There's some creative stuff out here. There's some jewelry out here. There's some clothes out here. There's some shoes out here that are made on the creative aspect, not just mass produced on the hands of forcing people to have to put it together just so that they can make a huge profit and keep everyone that they have around just struggling. You don't want to keep on adding to that, because I'm going to tell you that when you start to get into the way of buying the creative stuff, you don't need as much of it because it's quality, because it's nice, it's well built, it's well put together. You don't need one every weekend. It keeps on breaking down. I don't know what that was there, Johnny. Go figure that out, homie. You don't need one all the time. You only need the one or two because it's made specifically just for you. Something that somebody sat down and actually created. Something that a lot of us should really think more of. Just living in this life of absolute strife and struggle and realizing that you can get out of it. You can for sure get out of it. You can for sure have a change of heart of wanting to do something different. Because a lot that's out here is not so hard to get into. What's hard is making a decision to leave everything behind that you've been doing, that you've been working on, that you've been focusing on, and doing something different. That's the hard part. Actually living somewhere that you can do some work on it, have some animals, have some plants, have some veggies. It's not hard at all. I'm telling you, that's the easiest part of it. That's simple. They're all out here. It's all out here. And anyone that would challenge me and say, oh, Mark, there's land. I'm telling you, look it up. It's everywhere. And some of it is so dirt cheap that it doesn't make sense on why the prices are how it is. Because it's just, they're showing us something different in these cities with these houses and this land and getting a quarter acre is $250,000. It's like, no, there's stuff out here that is not like that at all. And I know that for a fact because the guy that I rent this from, he owns a lot of land that didn't cost him that much money. And he got a lot. And it's a very interesting thing. It's not the matter of that. It's a matter of giving up on what it is that you have right now, giving up on what it is that you value so much right now, and and seeing the value in something else. That's going to be your hardest part. Hardest part for me was throwing everything away, looking at that house and just seeing everything that was inside of it that I was in, and just paying attention to all the work that I did inside of that house, like an extensive amount of work. Extreme. I just went overboard on fixing this and changing this and doing the floor on this and doing that, and just going all crazy. All new cabinets, all new bathrooms, and everything in the bathrooms, all new everything. Just extensive amount of work on the inside of that home. For what? It brought absolute no enjoyment, because it just was work for someone to just sit inside of. That is getting you further and further away from being able to have any sort of life experience. It's just busy stuff, busy things that is not actually bringing anything. And that's what I noticed out here. My busy work out here is to be able to upgrade an animal's life. And there's such fulfillment behind that is just absolutely amazing. That a lot of us are stuck in these jobs and this work that it's not bringing you no fulfillment. It's not, because we're not doing anything that's able to help anybody, do anything for anybody, other than put a smile on someone's face because you changed the color on a wall, you changed the cabinets in the house, you put some tile in the bathroom. You put a smile on that face for about 15 minutes, but then they're stressing because they realize they had to pay for all of that. And then when they're realizing how much they've spent for all that, now they're not so excited about it. As opposed to coming in and getting them set up with, hey, I got some goats, let's get you some goats. Hey, I got some chicks, hey, I got some rabbits. Hey, I got some tomatoes. These tomatoes are really cool. I want to break you off some so that you can start growing your own. That's something to me that is just super powerful, that's going to be able to bring something to you that you never experienced before. And sometimes a lot of us are afraid to get into it because it's work, and it is. It's work. It's dedication. When you in it and you get going, you got to keep going. The momentum is only going forward, and that's also a really cool thing about it. You can't just back out. You can't just back off. You got to keep pushing forward with it. And something about being in a situation like that can really amplify, upgrade. I mean, just seriously make you rethink and relook at life in such a great way. In such a great way, because you're working with living beings. You're working with living creatures, working with living life. You're working with living life. You're going to start living life is in reality what it just is. You're going to start to experience something that I know and I guarantee you've never experienced before. And a lot of us are working under and underneath some people that we don't appreciate. Even if you already do work the land, you need to work your own. You need to have your own ideas. You need to have your own sense of what it is that I want to be able to do. Because the farming men that I watch and pay attention to, their kids all love working the land. They all love working the animals because they've been taught to do what it is that they want to do with it, not being forced into, you're going to go out there and cut all this hay down because I'm telling you to, and that's just what your job is. It's like, no, you got something inside of you that you want to do. And that's where we as in all people as a collective have to make sure that we are pursuing what it is that we want to pursue, as opposed to someone forcing us and telling us what it is that we should be pursuing. I don't know what it is, but that's something to me that is just absolutely amazing once you are able to just do what you do and not care what someone else has to think. Because I'm telling you, everyone's going to have such foolish things to say about you and to you, but they're not going to understand it when they start to see the transformation in you with how you start to talk, how you start to be, how you start to do. They're going to say, wow, that's amazing. And they're going to see it, and they're going to recognize it, and they're going to pay real close attention to it, and then they're not going to understand it. But then one day at some time, I'm telling you, it's just, the life is going to end. We're all going to just end. And when we do, we're going to want to live with knowing that we had such a great experience on this planet, that we had a good life of experience with being able to touch and grow and be a part of something greater than just stuff, meaningless stuff. I'm telling you, something about the quietness, even though there's cars always driving by, there's something about the differences of the quietness that's here, the differences of the darkness that's out here when today there's clouds out, but when there's no clouds out, especially at night, there's something about the darkness that's just absolutely amazing, that just, it brings a sense of relief to you. It takes the stress away. It takes the anxiety away. It's not much of the medications and those things that are going to help you. It's much of changing your environment, because your environment that majority of all of us grew up in is stressful. It's very rough. It's very challenging. And it's something for us to just have to break away from that environment, to create something new, to be about something new, to be able to just figure out how to relax, how to be happy, how to be calm, how to be able to do something that just really sparks you to just want to get up in the morning and start working on it and getting it done. And for me, I got my roosters yelling at me in the morning. Sometimes I'm like, I want to move them because they're just too close. They're literally like right out my window when they get yelling in the morning. And it excites me because I know that that's my work that I'm working on. That's my everything that I care a lot about. So I'm excited when they get yelling at me. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Let's get out here and do something with you. Let me keep on thinking of ideas of what I want to be able to produce next and how I want to move you and what I want from you and how I want to be able to this and that and continue to keep on growing with that. It's exciting right away. It's 5:30, sometimes 5 in the morning. They yelling. And that's already me waking up thinking, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to get on this and I'm going to get on that. I want more and more people to be able to wake up with that excitement of saying thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for being able to give me the chance to be able to do something outside of just only for me and only for myself. Sometimes I sit out here and I think like, man, I don't do enough for people. I don't do enough for everyone else. But I have to just really recognize and see that I do a lot for everything that's around me. All these animals, all these trees, all these bushes, all this vegetation is needing me to do what it does. And it shows and it proves year after year when I stand out here and I look and see what it is that's going on. It needs me. It needs me to keep on working on it. It needs me to keep making it better. It needs me to keep focusing on how to be able to get it into a better place. It needs me. It just doesn't do anything without me because I've seen it before without me. I got pictures, I got videos of what it used to look like before I came out here and start playing with, start doing what I'm doing with it. This land needs us. It's calling us. It's begging for us. It's requiring for us to be able to work with it, or it's just going to go to nothingness. And it's calling so many people, but a lot of us are too scared to take that jump, make that push, to finally just get in on it. It's easy to find it. It's hard to get the motivation to get rid of everything that you have. It's hard because you work so hard and so much to get what you have. Sometimes you just need to get rid of everything that you have to figure out what it is that you actually do just need. Because you got a whole lot of stuff you want, but what do you need? What do you need to make things work? My brother laughed at me when I was like, I got one bowl, man. He's like, dude, how you gonna have one bowl? Because that's all I need. I don't need 15. I need one. And if I need another one after I use that one, I'll wash it and then I need it again. And that's something that I've just really recognized about everything that I have around. That I just have what I need. The extras, just get rid of it. Get it out. Get it moving. Because it's not gonna bring you anything. It's gonna bring you stress. It's gonna bring you anxiety. It's gonna bring you frustration. Just have the stuff that you need. And I just want to say thank you. Today, I just want to give an absolute thank you for everything that keeps on happening to me, everything that keeps coming to me, everyone that keeps on coming into my life, everyone that keeps on doing what they're doing in my life. Even if it is a person that's challenging me, that's trying to slander me, trying to destroy me, I'm thankful for you for that. Because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't know how to be able to, for one, get through it, but two, know that I'm doing what it is and I'm doing on the right path. I'm making happen something that's greater than just being a nobody and making nothing happen. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that just wants to see me hurting, that wants to see me damaged, that wants to see me destroyed. I'm so thankful to be able to have you in my life and have you just being so blunt about it even. Just putting yourself right there so I can see that it is you doing that. I thank you for that. It's not going to slow me back. It's not going to slow me down. It's not going to bring me anywhere that's going to just lead me to any sort of destruction, even though I know that that's what you want, but it's not going to do that. And it's a very interesting thing that why you would have such a negative way with me, but thank you. And I'm just going to continue to keep saying thank you. That regardless of how much anyone tries to harm me, I'm telling you, I still will help you. Because I'm very thankful for you trying to do something. Because it humbles me so much. It calms me down so much to know how many people and how many more people just want to see me hurting, want to see me damaged, want to see me destroyed, want to see me in absolute lack of worthlessness. The more people I have like that, the more confident that I feel. There was a time in the day that I used to get broke down with that. But today I'm very thankful for that because I've recognized and realized what truly matters is taking care of living stuff, being able to be a part of a real living life, being a part of the realities, I'm going to say, being a part of taking something and turning it into something great that I'm able to live off of and live from, and then soon enough be able to make a living from. It's an absolute amazing thing. And without your hate, without your jealousy, without your rage, without you trying to slander and destroy, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be in this place today because I was broken down, beat down, just messed up myself. And I needed a change. And then when that change of idea came to me, here it is, here I am. So I needed all of that. And I'm just so thankful for all of y'all. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful for the people that really just want to help me and see the best in me. I'm very thankful for you to just keep on looking at me with great words of encouragement to say, Mark, you're awesome, dude. What you do is just I don't get it. It's just fantastic. Like, how do you keep up and how do you do and thank you. Thank you for being and coming around me and saying that to me and being able to continue to keep saying that. I greatly thank you. I'm super appreciative of that. You see something that I'm doing and you want to see me get better at it. And I'm so thankful to be able to have you in my life. I'm so thankful to be able to look at you and be able to give you a hug and be able to really just say to you, like, thanks, thank you. Because sometimes just hearing all the negative and being happy about it, you need someone positive in your life to be able to say that what you're doing is great. And I hope to be someone in this life to be able to do that for anybody that's needing it. Show me what you're doing. Show me what you're working on. And let me explain to you how great that I think it is and how awesome it is. Because that's the God that I know, that I follow. When I'm working on something, and even if it's failing, he's like, man, it's looking good, though. You're going to get there. That's how I get feedback. That's what I get. And I want to be able to do that for as many people on this planet as absolutely possible. So that's something that I would even say. Show me what you're doing. Hey, Oreo. Show me what you're doing. Show me what you're working on. Show me what you're super passionate about. And I'm going to be the one that says, that's cool. That's really neat. I like where you're headed. And I already like where it's at already right now. Because I know none of us are perfect and none of us are professional at anything in reality. We all working to be doing better and better all the time. So what you're doing right now is great. You got one little plant going. That's a nice big plant. And I'm going to tell you that. That thing is awesome. That thing is amazing. Awesome to get it started. It feels good, right? To get your hands in it and to see it and to smell it and be able to look at it each day and see the differences in it. And then forget about it for 3 days and look back at it like, dang, it's really growing now. Like, this is really neat. I'm going to be the one that's going to say that to you. And I'm so thankful for the people that have come into my life that do that for me. That when I talk about chicken, they're like, hey, Mark, how about this? How about you get this machine over here so you can help with that? What you creating with that? How many you got? And not me saying how many I got with like laughing at me, but saying like, wow, man, that's impressive. I'm thankful for all y'all that are like that to me. And it's motivation for me to keep doing what I'm doing. And motivation for me to keep on knowing that what I'm doing is what I need to be doing. Because what I used to be doing just didn't bring the fulfillment to me of anything. It just gave me more lack, gave me more scarcity, gave me more irritation. But today, this here, I'm telling you, this is something amazing. And I'm so thankful to be able to have the opportunity to be able to be out here and be able to do this. And I'm so thankful to be able to have the chance to be able to just be alive, to be able to do this. I'm so thankful to be able to share this with someone else so that they can hopefully see something, hear something, be about something that I see that they're just like, I want to do that. I could do that. That guy's doing that. He don't know a dang thing about no work like that. He don't know a dang thing about no animals, because I didn't know nothing when I came out here. Nothing. Zero. I barely knew anything about dogs when I moved out here. But yet when I got my first one, I learned a lot. And I learned I'm pretty good with working with them. I'm pretty good with working with the chickens. I'm pretty good at working with the goats. I'm pretty good at working with the cows. I'm pretty good at working with my pigs. I'm pretty good with my donkey. Actually, really good with my donkey. I'm really good at working with horses. I'm really good with all these animals. I realized that when I got out here. I didn't know that before. I had no idea. So I'd hope that someone would just be able to step out and just do it, make it happen. Especially when it's yours. I'm telling you, you treat it differently. You treat it much differently when it's yours. When it's someone else's, it's something on the side. When it's yours, you're the one caring for it. You're the one keeping it alive. You're the one doing all the work behind it. It's something great behind that. Something great with that. And I just want to say thanks and hope that more people would just get outside and start to surround yourself with the living life that's on this planet, because it's absolutely amazing.